fucking signs, man. If you're not paying attention, like I'm not, obviously, I saw it. Signs and I'm like, oh, where do I go from here? I just got to follow the signs. But so they're all against wow, it's insane. It doesn't upset me. It just makes me disheartened. Makes me feel lost in this world. I do feel lost. I'm not going to end my life. I'm not that fucking suicidal. I love life too much, man. I love people too much. I hate people, but I don't really. It's a stupid word that I use, and I don't even know half the time if anyone knows what it means, no more than I do. When I say I hate people, I don't really. I find people's ignorance gets under my skin, and I shouldn't let it. I should ignore it, and I don't. It gets to me. When it's on an everyday basis, which it is, and I do mean every day. I gotta tell you, anyway. Jesus, this is fucking confusing. I gotta tell you. Really? Mate, this is confusing shit. Why would you make it? Them track nuts on the ground there. You're gonna walk there, are you? At least he said thank you. I never drive fast. I know what it feels like when one of these comes past you. Slow down there, son. Chill out there, brother. Holy shit. This is interesting. I like this. This is good. But I don't. I love people, man. I'll help anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't. I'll help everybody. I do. I just when you get talked to like you're a piece of shit every single day, pretty much what happens. Oh, you're such a snowflake, Mark. Oh, it's nothing to do with that, mate. It's nothing to do. It's not about hurting my feelings. When you've been in an industry, I've been doing this legally since 1991, driving, and I was in it prior to that with my dad, before I came legally driving. I didn't illegal drive, I'm just talking about when I could legally drive. It started in 1991, and I've watched it progressively change over the years. We were never treated that great, we never really have been. We'll always be talked down to, that's just the way it is. I accepted that because I knew it before I came into it. But it has progressively over the years got worse. When you this bit cracks me up. When you have people, they don't like what you did, or they feel like that you cut them off, even though you didn't cut them off because you're trying to utilise the road for the size of you. They pull up beside you and they do their window down and they scream at you, shut up, that you need to get back on the banana boat. And you need to go and you need to go back to where you come from, or you need to go back to Russia, or and you just what? There's no one there. Oh, that's okay. That's Jennifer. Yeah. When they when they say stuff like that to you, go back to Russia, go back to Germany, it just cracks me up, man. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, all you're doing now is just showing how ignorant you are. That's pretty much all you're doing. Now you're really cracking me up. Because now you make me feel very, 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 very intelligent, and I'm not. I have no education, none. But now I feel very intelligent, thank you. So, when I read these comments and I go through them and I see it, and a Republican, or as they like to call it, a Trump supporter, will say something in a comment to be hung by a rope, somebody needs to slit your throat, you need to be shot, you need to be drowned in a bath of acid. And I'm reading these comments and I'm thinking, I'm confused. I'm really confused, because you are all against the fact that there was an upset at a building full of people who have no interest in us whatsoever, but you think they do. Democrats, Liberals, Progressives, and this is basically what they're saying towards other people who they don't even know. They don't know anything about them. No, nothing. They got DC on lockdown, as you know. So up in DC, gentleman pulls up and he's got guns and ammunition. Doesn't say that he's a Republican, doesn't say that he's a Trump supporter, doesn't say anything about that at all. I can't find anywhere in the story it says that. When you go to the comments, he is automatically a traitor, and he needs to have all them things done to him. Never said in the story once that he was a Trump supporter or that he was a Republican. Never once. Why are you accusing him of something when he never said that in the story? As far as I'm concerned, he could be anyone for anything. He might just be against everything. Then a 63-year-old woman got stopped today, and I think it was today, and yet again, no notification of who she was. Nothing. And automatically she's now a Republican, she's a Trump supporter. You have no proof of that. You're speculating, you're projecting. You're literally throwing rhetoric out there, and you're creating a shitstorm for no reason. I don't know who she was. I don't know who she supported. I don't know the person. And that's what I'm saying. That's how far media has got now. Media has got to the point where they have literally brainwashed people. Brainwashed them, man. People hate so much that it doesn't matter. All they have to do is put a story up that says a person tried to get into a building who wasn't legal and didn't have the right paperwork or was carrying a gun, and automatically they're proclaimed to be such and such. Absolutely insane. And that's the problem. He's not getting. That's why I said to that gentleman yesterday. He said to me, it's going to take a few years for it to get better after all the trouble he caused. I'm not really sure I understand what trouble he caused. The only trouble I saw caused, regardless of how you want to look at it, was for over 4 years, maybe 5 to 6 years, but over 4 years, everybody in media and everybody that's been against anything that man has done, or even been for, have still been against anything that man has done. You have spun it all around. You have edited videos, you have edited speeches, you have incited parts into a video, you have made videos up, you have caused such a division. I don't give a fuck if you put Snoopy in as the next president. It's still not going to gain anything, it's still not going to make it better. It is an absolute fucking shit show. You have caused such a division. You have destroyed this nation on its own by imploding from the inside out. Now you have so much hatred between all parties, but specifically one more than the other, and I've noticed that now you have no control over it. Now you have no idea what's going to happen. Truthfully, they're not going to admit to you what's going on because they can't create anymore. They can't. But they have got it to the point where it is very, very messed up. Oh, this could be fun. Have I got anyone coming? I think I'm good. 16 miles away. Get in a gear, girl. Get in a gear. So yeah, I'm just, and then I watch what's going on like in Amsterdam at the moment. There's a massive protest against lockdowns. United Kingdom, there's protests against lockdowns. You've got enforcement walking around that don't even have a clue what they're doing anymore. They're trying to enforce laws that don't even make a law. You got shutdowns in Italy. You got protests in Italy because of shut. You got protests in places like I think there's one in Poland, and I'm not sure. I might have to walk back on that one. I swear I saw a story about Poland, but I know in Poland that they turned in and said that they're not going to allow social media sites to do any blocking. Basically, you'll get blocked yourself. You can piss off. You can't break our rules. But I know France, they were protesting. I believe Germany as well. So like it's all around the world. But a lot of people don't go outside of their own neighbourhood to check and see what's going on around the world. I mean, you've got to basically look all around it. Every nation's fighting. You got all these. Elections going on in South Africa and that, you know, I mean, jeez, man, it's fucking insane. It's insane. It's insane. I watched a gentleman the other day, Josh Hawley. I think it's Howley. Josh Howley. I mean, that's Howley. Yeah, Josh Howley. And Josh Howley is one of the Republicans that stood up for the president and went against the election and went against impeachment, I believe. these are stories back from the United Kingdom, but they still have good value. You go look at them stories and you dig deep into them, and you'll understand. Everybody's been against, the people have always been against government. The trouble is, government's too fucking big now. That young lady that I had that chat with in New Orleans, that security guard down there, she was fucking awesome. And I think I said this before. She said we do not need 3 parts of a military. And I had to really understand what she meant by that, and I get what she means. I get it. I get what she means by you do not need 3 parts of a military. 3 different divisions, basically. You don't need it. I get what she means. I do. I understand that. Can I explain it? No. It's impossible for me to even try and get it out to explain it to you. But I get where she's coming from. I get what she means. She was really fucking awesome. She was really cool. She knew what she was really cool. Look, she didn't support Donald Trump or didn't hate Donald Trump. And she didn't support Biden or hate him. She just gave a really good view. She gave a view that said that dickhead and dickhead 2 that's coming into office now are not going to do anything for us. They're not. I'm fucking confused what you all think he's going to do. He doesn't even know himself where he is half the time. Fucking insane. And like I said, I guarantee I can, the next 4 years, if they're going to change, it's going to change for the worse, not for the better. And I know it is. It's not going to be for the better. It'll be for the worse. The price of diesel's already going up through the fucking roof. I'm nearly up to $3 a gallon again. I was at a stage where I was actually below $2 a gallon. It was freaking awesome. We're getting back up to $3 a gallon again for diesel. And I'm like, fuck no. I was to the point where my fuel surcharge was down to like 18 cents. That's nothing because diesel was so cheap, which is cool. Now I'm back up to nearly 25 cents. It's increased by nearly 6 cents since the shit show's gone on, and Dickhead 1 and Dickhead 2 is going to be taking over. And they are dickheads, by the way. Don't sit there and tell me they're not. They are absolutely fucking dickheads. Neither of them have a fucking clue. So now all I read in my newsfeed, which I can get rid of, but I don't because I like to. I find it interesting. But now all I get in my newsfeed is just insane. It's just total spin. This is a hell of a climb. Oh, geez, it's right up my better than they ever had in Afghanistan. Which is a shame because it is a good platform. I do like YouTube, and there's more and more that are starting to appear now to sort of like what's the word? To counteract YouTube, like to sort of I'm not very good sometimes when it comes, because I'm not a computery person, so I never really know the right words. I think they call it something like, it's another platform, other social media platforms are coming along. And so YouTube, like I put a comment up the other day and it had 192 likes on it, and they dropped it down. I don't know how it happened, but it dropped down to 142. Then they suppressed your comments, and they basically, like, I've even watched them. I've commented on videos, and a day or two later that video's just been wiped out, and there was nothing wrong with the video. It wasn't it wasn't violent or discrimination or anything, you know, just a normal video, and they took the video down, or they wipe it out so you can't put comments up. And I'm like, wow, I've got so many videos like in my like section. I think it was like, I think about 5 or 6 that have been removed because YouTube doesn't agree with the content on it, and there was nothing wrong with them. I don't watch stupid videos, even though I probably do, but I don't think they're stupid. I think they're informative. So I don't always agree with what they say, but they are informative. It gives me a side, and they remove it. But I can go and watch like a CNN video. I don't even add them. I just don't. I told them I don't want them on my channel, like on my YouTube feed. But I could go and they'd have everything. Freight line cab over. Single. Oh, it's not. It's a Peterbilt. Yum yum. But yeah, they basically they'll any of that rhetoric up, and it's ridiculous. It's confusing. That is confusing to me. It's like, how can you allow? Oh, look at that Mustang. I don't care whether you're a Ford or a Chevrolet person. It's just a really nice car. But yeah, I think it's wrong, man. I don't get it. I am waiting for it to play out though. It's going to be fun. Not. See, look, they're all wearing masks in the car because they're all up in there together. Fuck. I always remember as a kid, we were told to fucking do whatever you want, basically. Like, let that shit get in your system, build your immune up. You know. There are so many herbs out there that you can take. There's plenty of stuff that you can take to stop yourself from getting super ill. My lungs are messed up. I told you that the other day. My lungs are freaking. Yeah. I had to use my inhaler today because I was laughing too much when I sent you that video. Now I'm really fucking. Where's 601? I've got to follow 601. Oh, I can't go that way, mate. Stay on 601. Yeah, that's not going to happen, son. Don't be silly, mate. I can't go that way. Probably can, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to stay on 601. Gets me there about 4:39. over further to the right as it comes around. Still got to come up against me. Yeah, but don't figure that one out, mate. I'm going to stop the